Hey, what's up, everybody? This is Barn on 11970, and as always, I thank you guys for watching my video, and I hope you guys are enjoying your day. All right, guys, before I go out with my daily sun gazing routine, and if you don't know anything about that, check some of my older videos and you'll find out. I wanted to give an update on what's going on with Cyprus, and I'll read an article. Now, the article that I'm going to post is actually, it even shows a video. I recommend that you watch that. It's entitled Cyprus Wrestles with Bailout. This was done just a couple of minutes ago to an hour ago. I'm not really sure the exact time, but it was pretty recent. And basically what they're saying is the banks are still shut down. I'll read a little bit of the commentary. People can't get access to their money. Now just think about it. The average person, when they work, what do they get paid with? They get paid by check. They don't usually get cash, or they get a direct deposit. So if you are getting paid by a check, or if you are getting direct deposit in your bank and the banks are shut down, well, it makes it very challenging to be able to cash that check or withdraw your money. Now, I don't know if they have, like we have here in the United States of America Corporation, where they have check cashing places, but even if they do, that still is going to be charging people an extra fee to take out their money. So with that being said, let me read some of this article, and I will post the link so you can kind of see what's going on with, as of now, only Cyprus. That doesn't mean this can't happen elsewhere. So this is really an eye-opening thing for people around the world. And it also really goes to show how physical gold and silver in your possession will really help you. Because when a bank's shut down and all you have is fiat currency and you can't get to it, well, it makes being able to have money very difficult. If you have physical gold and silver in your possession, you can go around and transfer it and get money for it if you need to buy necessities like food and water, and you can't get access to your money. So with that being said, let me read some of this article, check it out, and watch the video. It's about a lady that lives in Cyprus explaining how she can't get any of her money, and she's borrowing money from friends just to survive. Okay, Cyprus was wrestling Friday with the details of a plan to raise nearly 6 billion euros and satisfy the condition of a European Union bailout the nation needs to avoid imminent financial collapse. Funny part is, people don't realize that a collapse or a reset would ultimately be a beneficial thing in the long run, but they like to use fear to scare you into submission. All right, Parliament spent much of the day debating a series of bills aimed at overhauling the country's ailing banks, poor banks, creating a sovereign wealth fund, and restricting the movement of capital. Top leader of the ruling Democratic Rally Party said late Friday that he was cautiously optimistic that an agreement on a package acceptable to Cyprus's EU partners could be reached. Officials have been scrambling to find ways to raise 5.8 billion euro since the country's parliament threw out an unprecedented plan to tax bank depositors earlier this week. That's because the people would have probably lynched them all. Without the money, Cyprus can't access 10 billion euros rescued offered by the EU. I love when they say stuff like this. They seem to think that they're just giving them the money and say, oh, do whatever you want with it. Do these people around the world that are listening to this garbage not realize that bailouts is another nice name for loan with interest that they will have to pay back? I don't get it. It's like maxing out your credit card, and you can't afford to make your credit card bill, so you call the credit card company and say, listen, I know I have a $10,000 limit. I reached my limit, and I can't afford to make the payment. And they say, well, you know what we'll do? We'll double your amount so you could end up spending more debt. Does this make sense to people? But I digress. Let me continue. And here comes the fear. Without a rescue, the European Central Bank said it will cut off the emergency funding, aka more debt, that has been keeping the country's biggest banks afloat from Tuesday, potentially leading to Cyprus's exit from the Eurozone, which would be a good thing if you thought about it. Cyprus's plan includes creating a fund that would pool state and church assets. I'm sure they'll be willing to voluntarily give up their assets, including real estate and pensions, against which bonds will be issued. In other words, selling pieces of real property to pay for this invisible fiat debt that the banks created out of thin air. Sounds fair. The country's second largest bank, Popular Bank of Cyprus, would be broken up and depositors under 100,000 euros protected. All right. So I'm going to leave it from there. You could read the rest if you want. Basically, at this point, it's a no-brainer for us who get it. When countries and banks and all these governments out there give these bailouts, it's a nice term for, hey, we're going to loan you more money that we create out of thin air so you can end up paying us back in real money that you have to work and slave to create, plus interest. So think about it. Cyprus can't pay their bills right now. Obviously, you could see they're having a problem with trying to come up with the money. So the solution is, well, we'll give you more money. Well, actually, they're not giving it to you. They're loaning it to you. Does this not make sense? Is it just me? Or do people seem to be getting it at this point? The average person on the street has no clue, and they seem to not care. This is the average person on the street. La, 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 I can't hear it. La, 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 I can't see it. La, 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 I don't want to talk about it. But that doesn't mean it cannot hit a bank near you. So be very careful about this, guys. So that's an update right now. This is a small little country that could potentially help to change the financial world. And if you're smart enough and you're really paying attention, you will take what little money or whatever maximum amount of money you can out of the banks and keep it in your own possession. Now, I know that it does pose a risk. But I'll tell you this much. I would rather be responsible for my own stuff and be able to protect it or hide it or do what I ever have to do with it as long as it's in my possession than to give it to someone else who has a history of being nothing but dishonest as far as the banks and the government is concerned on a whole, to have them be responsible for my possessions. So sometimes it's kind of the lesser of two evils. I would rather be responsible for my stuff than giving them the ability to continue these lies and these scams and this debt that they accrue for their gambling purposes to make themselves the top 1% of the 1% more wealth while they destroy the rest of the world's economy. Seems like a no-brainer to me. But anyway, I thank you guys for watching. If you watch this to the end and you appreciate what I do, please give it a thumbs up and share it so it can help get this information out. And give us your comments about what you think about what's going on and what you plan to be doing in the near future. Thanks for watching, guys, and as always, I appreciate it. Have a good day, and leave a message after the beep. Peace.